At BHR, we take pride in the work we do for our community. Throughout the entire organization, we strive to do more each and every day, all day long.
Crisis Line, this is Jenny. How may I help you?
I am Pat Coleman, President and CEO of Behavioral Health Response. My motto is blessings to all, and again, don't grow weary in doing well. We're the front door to the crisis services in this community. We provide 24/7 because, as you know, a crisis doesn't have a time. That's why the front door, we're your access.
I'm currently a captain of police. How I got into, say, counseling was that I was a juvenile detective. I was a child abuse sex crimes detective, and I kept getting called out to talk to these victims, and a lot of the times I would be standing there with a social worker or a licensed therapist, and the child, the family didn't want to speak to them, they wanted to speak to me. So that's when I decided to go back to school and get my master's in professional counseling. I'm going to be a little bit nosy, I'm going to be a guardian, and I am going to be an advocate or a warrior for your mental health.
Back in the time before BHR got started, we had each of the community mental health centers were going through some transitions where we had to serve people who needed us the most, and we had to add in additional services that would help people survive in the community. So we were moving, from a strictly treatment model to one that involved recovery also, which was real important. When I looked at the 4 counties that we serve, St. Charles, Lincoln, Warren, and Franklin, it was like, if we tried to do this on our own, even if we had just a core of funding, we wouldn't be able to do it very well. The people involved in that, Bonnie DeFranco from Great Rivers, and Diane McFarland from St. Louis Mental Health Center, and Amanda Murphy from Hopewell, and then Steve Huss from Country. So we had St. Louis City and County and Jefferson County, and then the 4 counties that I represented. We talked to them about how could we have a gateway into our services, and a crisis center, a 24-hour crisis center, just made a huge amount of sense. So it took off, and then things evened out quite a bit. Then move from having to, at the beginning, be more heavy lifters to being the cheerleaders for Leslie and her staff, who just did a magnificent job in creating what BHR became. And when she retired, the board really had to look very, very closely at, how do we not just maintain what Leslie was able to put together, but how do we help it to grow and change, because the system of care was becoming more demanding, as it should be. And we were fortunate, that Pat was there and available, had a good business sense about her, but also had the heart and the compassion to be able to, be that next leader. And to think in terms of having an organization that has come this far in 25 years. BHR has continued to be able to grow. I've been able to see that since my own retirement and passing the reins to on, and the evolution of the system. I'm very pleased with the track that we're on, and I attribute a lot of that to the leadership of people like Pat Coleman and the people that she's got on her team here at BHR, who are doing so much to make sure that we have world-class services right here in the greater St. Louis area. I've been able to do a few things that I can look back on and take a lot of pride in. One thing that I'm pretty unequivocal about is being associated with BHR right from the beginning, and moving from one of the people that was helping to design at the beginning, and then to hand off a lot of that, and then to become a cheerleader and a critic when necessary, to push to make sure that that BHR was a part of a system of care that was going to be as responsive as possible so that we could avert a lot of the tragedies that you hear about out there because of mental health issues. And so knowing that, that I was a part of something that's become much bigger than myself is really gratifying.
Crisis Line, this is Robin. How may I help you?
We know we save lives by caring, listening, and responding 24 hours a day. That's us.